What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Watching Paint Dry here on Another Letdown, and I am translucent again. Watching Paint Dry is the show where we hang out long after we should have thought about going to bed and work through the ridiculous backlog of miniatures that we've accumulated that need painting. There's an old adage that says if a miniatures painter ever runs out of projects to paint, he or she will die. So we're just trying to stave off death for as long as possible. And joining me on the line, he's back after a brief hiatus. It's our resident monkey handler and my perennial painting partner, Broody Gambit. Mike, how's it going?
It's going great. Super glad to be back after our Gen Con break, and then I had like work and I was traveling and a bunch of craziness.
Yeah, I had to tag in one of the monkeys. Like, what's that all about?
I saw that last week.
Actually, he did
2 weeks ago.
It was 2 weeks ago. He actually did really well. We got him to actually stay on camera this time, which was good. And we had a good chat about Gen Con shenanigans that happened, because they do, and that's just part of going to Gen Con, I guess. But it's good to have you back. I missed you. And I'm glad to be back to painting. I've taken a couple weeks off here and there too, just because I've been burnt out. It's start of school and all that stuff. I'm sure we'll talk about that as we continue. As with all the shows that we host here on the channel, we believe in civil rights for absolutely everyone and to be as inclusive as possible. So any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. Let's paint some minis. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to go full screen with this. That's a problem. Let's fix that right away. I need this, and I want to do that. I said I want to do...
Oh, yeah, that is...
this. There we go. And I've not updated the... Dang. I am way behind. It says Greg. That's wrong. So let's fix... Oh, well, okay. Fine. Star Wars. Shift Enter the Bad Batch. I know how to set things up.
This is problematic because I'd started working on these because I was out of town to visit a friend for his birthday. A couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. And for his birthday, he wanted me to paint, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, BattleTech minis for him, like a squad. So he'd have he bought a squad box and he shipped it to me, and so I painted them for him for his birthday.
Sure.
And the squad used a lot of the same like black and red kind of tones of that matches the Bad Batch. So it's like once I had all the paints out and on the wet palette, I was like, well, I finished those. Let me just move on to get started on this. And it's been like 2 weeks, and now I'm trying to like look at the minis and be like, what step did I stop at? Like where do I need to go?
Yeah. Okay. I think we're caught up now. I think everything looks as it should. So cool. All right, we can start painting. I have a water cup. Yes. I don't have a kombucha, but that's fine. I have fuzzy water instead. Because I've eaten a shirtload of junk food today, and I felt like water was probably better in this instance. Okay, so I'm painting Psylocke. I should probably turn my light
Psylocke's a fun mini.
Yeah. This is the C27 one. This is a very old C27 Psylocke. And I'm fighting down a monitor here, so I'm like awkwardly trying to tab back and forth between my broadcast software and my reference image. I probably should just put my iPad down, but whatever. Yeah, during the break, my third monitor, the brand new one, pooped the bed.
That sucks.
Yep. Now, granted, I say it's brand new. It's not really. It's secondhand, but
it's new to you.
It's new to me, and it sucks. I'm just gonna it's not one that I need really for anything other than other than this. So I'm just gonna get a crummy one from either like the thrift store or like the school or something to replace it in the interim, because first things first, I need to order the rest of the rest of the parts to upgrade my computer. I just picked up the HDMI converter for my Super Nintendo, my GameCube, and my 64. So
from a yellow, red, white to HDMI?
Yes.
Impressive.
It's just another Hyperkin device.
Yeah.
But I trust them. I mean, all the rest of my stream software is Hyperkin, so. So yeah, we're going for it. And I've used this device before. It works okay. There are better ones on the market, but like until I know that it's going to work. Like my GameCube, I just plugged in and it wouldn't even read a disc. So I was like, well, that's not fun. I just spent $90 on that.
Yep.
I can probably tinker with it and make it work. So I'm not super worried about it, but that's a bigger irritation than being down a monitor right now.
Yeah.
But before I do anything else, I got to get the rig upgraded because that's just been bothering me. And I'd love to stream from. I guess what the point I was trying to make is I'd love to stream from other devices than just indie Metroidvanias on my PC. Which, don't get me wrong, streaming indie Metroidvanias has been more fun than streaming most things. But there are things that I set out to stream this year that I have not done yet. And Space Marine 2 comes out like this week, so really like to get my PlayStation talking to the rig again.
Yeah.
I'm so conflicted on that game though. Like I played the original Space Marine on Xbox, and there's a part of me that really wants to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
And use the same, like I could theoretically use the same controller even that I used the first time I played it. But I also want a physical copy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, ah. So there's part of me that's kind of holding out for like a Game Pass drop so I can play it on the Xbox controller and then still have the physical. So how were your various excursions? Where did you end up going?
Visited my buddy in South Carolina.
Okay.
For his birthday. That was a lot of fun. We got a chance to play Twilight Imperium. It was my first time ever playing it.
Game. Oh my god.
So we set that up and had a bunch of people over and ended up playing it, and it was great, really enjoyable. I played I was the Yin Brotherhood.
Good choice.
It was exceptionally like my speed.
Yeah.
And my play style. It was great. I like advanced and generated infantry by just converting people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if they left behind like a single unit to control a territory, I just kind of flew in there and was like, "Hey, would you like to join my side?" And then they did, and so then I like doubled all my infantry.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of like left single destroyers in most of my area. So it's like, oh, you're coming at me with a carrier with troops. Okay, I'm just gonna destroy this and destroy your carrier, and now you can't invade my planets.
Right. That's so good.
And then the flagship's just like, when it is destroyed, you destroy like every ship in space.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I was just like, oh, you clustered your entire army through like into like one space sector.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame if something spawned a wormhole and flew right into it.
Yup. Yeah, Brotherhood was one of my go-tos when I used to play that more regularly. My favorite Twilight Imperium memory. We were quietly playing something at a different table, and the boss and at least one O'Donnell. Not that that means anything to you, but and I think my friend Chad were all playing Twilight Imperium, and at some point I go to like make. I think we might have been playing Arkham Horror actually, and I hear my boss at some point slam his fists on the table, point at my friend Brandon, and go, "Now we know what kind of person you really are." That's definitely one of those friendship make it or break it games.
Mm-hmm.
But in the best possible way. I mean, Fantasy Flight absolutely slayed it on that game. And they like every once in a while they'll try to like feebly support it, and it just fizzles, and it makes me really sad because the game deserves support.
Mm-hmm. This is also 4th edition.
Yeah, that's I
have not played any of the other ones, obviously, because this is the first time I played this one.
Right. I used to have 3rd edition, and then I upgraded to 4th. I have not played my copy of 4th edition yet. But I also flagged it for painting, and I'm like, I am very unlikely to ever get there.
To paint Twilight Imperium?
Yeah.
Like all the ships and stuff are like the same.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, this was young and idealistic, Zach. That's one that I can see an argument for just like ink washing it.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen through like Fate of the Elder Gods how effective that is, and just making things look a little bit more punchy. Where these straps around her like arms and legs are really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I had no idea that her first appearance was Captain Britain.
Like in the comic?
Yeah.
I mean, it's her brother, so...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Wow. Shows how little I know about this character. You're absolutely right. That is her brother.
At least one of her brothers.
Yeah.
The second brother's also an important figure. I just forget exactly what he was or where he was.
Now I can see what's going on. So I went to see Something Corporate last week.
What's that?
They are a pop punk band from the early part of the 2000s.
Okay.
And they have not been on tour together in 20 years.
Okay.
They were the first band that I ever asked my parents if I could go see. Like, by myself. And the answer, of course, was no. I was 16 at the time, the last time they toured. And, like, it wasn't that they didn't trust me to go, it was that they didn't want me to go alone. And I didn't have any friends who were interested in going at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get to go. And so this tour was very much like closure.
An opportunity to just do something you didn't get to.
Yeah, just close up on something that I missed when I was a kid. And there's no hard feelings between me and my parents on that one. They had very good reasoning. Like, that's fair. I had just gotten my license. Actually, I don't even think I had my license at that point. I was going to take a bus. And they were being responsible by saying, no, if you can find someone to go with, that's like we'll reconsider, but on your own, that's probably not safe. Going to Boston by oneself with very little sort of awareness. Alright, I think we need sort of a, well... I'm tempted to use this, like, metallic blue.
For her bodysuit?
Yeah. I'm gonna slap it down on something that, like, innocuous, and see if it does what I want it to do. Too light. Oh, that's weird.
What's up?
I'm just like using some test minis. Just seeing what happens. That's probably too light. Fortunately, I have a darker one. I have two darker ones, so that's violet. I have a couple of different ideas here. Oh wow, that's really pretty. Oh my god. Oh dang, that's really, really pretty. I'm gonna go with it. I'll darken it up with Melon Oil later. I think that is the way.
So how were all your adventures in Gen Con?
Adventures is the right word. We played so much Compile. Like, game is amazing. Cannot recommend it enough. They sold out at PAX West already.
Really?
Yeah. Matt tweeted, or Matt texted me that this afternoon.
Where PAX West is in
Seattle.
Seattle, okay.
So that's pretty cool. Good for them.
Yeah.
We did a bunch of testing on the game that Adam and Shamali and I are working on.
Mm-hmm.
That is going incredibly well. Still a lot to do, but that's, to be expected at this point. The general consensus is the game works. It just needs, there's some stuff it needs, and that's a really good feeling.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. Basically, it's just not done yet, and that, we know. Yeah, we sold... So of the 1,000 copies of Compile we brought with us to Gen Con, we sold 737 of them.
That's good.
With something Kevin was telling me the upsell rate, the rate at which people were buying things like the playmat and the expansion and stuff was 80-something%. Which is insane.
Most people were getting more than just the game.
Yeah. He said that never happens. And I was like, well, clearly you haven't seen me selling my team selling games yet. I mean, he has, but that was pretty cool. Good to see. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man.
What's up?
She just broke.
Oh, that's no good.
Broke.
Oh, just snapped off.
Yeah. The resin snapped. I've never seen that happen. I mean, I can glue it, but that's really annoying. I can have backup things for days. Finish what I was fixing a mistake I made. Okay. I didn't buy much this Gen Con.
That's good.
I did, however, buy a new set of brushes that I haven't... They're in front of me here, and I can't seem to bring myself to use them.
Also, thank you for at least trying to get those Star Wars Unlimited cards for me.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, there were a bunch of us trying to get them. And not a single one of us could get through the system. It was bull hockey.
I heard there were a lot of issues with it.
Yeah. They were trying to use Gen Con's ticketing system.
With a secondary...
And we were like, this is dumb? Whose bright idea was this? And then I get it, they were trying to avoid, the problems that Ravensburger had when Lorcana dropped.
It's too many people show up and it's just lines waiting forever.
Yeah, they had literally, you had to wait overnight in line for Lorcana 2 years ago. It was really stupid.
Wasn't that the year that they stole that palette of Magic cards or something?
Yes, that also happened.
And by they, I just mean I don't know who it was, but
yeah, some people.
A palette of Magic cards got stolen.
Yes, that is 100% what happened. It was weird. So I kudos to Gen Con for trying something, but I don't think their ticketing system is the right way either. It just didn't work.
Yeah, they have the same system set up for PAX West now.
Yeah.
They like set out the alert earlier this week about it. Like,
You'd think they'd do something in deference to vendors too, like.
Yeah, I've noticed that on times when like actually like working Gen Con and stuff with you guys. It's like even if you get in early and it's like it's like I'm gonna be working and I'm not gonna get a chance to
Right.
like
I can't
come out.
stop my shift, log into the system, hope I get a spot.
Or even before there was the system and stuff like that, when it was like I literally just can't not like miss my shift and then get in line and be there for however long.
What it does eliminate is having to stand in line. Because you get
Yes.
your ticket and you just bring it whenever you have a chance. But in mine and Jacqueline's case, we don't have a chance. We have our lunch break that's, you know, an hour, but that barely gets us to the bathroom. Like,
yeah.
well, this will work. There. A glue bubble. Now I'm sitting here watching glue dry.
That's our other show.
Yeah. That's our our significantly more boring show. Oh, that's what that is. I did manage to prep another build plate this week. Haven't printed it yet, but I've got Baron Strucker, Gwen Stacy, Ghost Spider, so 2 Gwen Stacys, I guess. Yelena Belova and Nico Minoru. I call it Strucker and the girls.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe better, struck out with the girls.
Oh, bugger.
What'd you mess up?
I striped his backpack with the white.
Oh, whoops.
I'm just gonna have to go over it again with the black again.
Yeah.
Goggles. Whoa.
If I had $1 for every time I did that.
Yeah. Okay, who else needs white in there? Record does.
How? did get to stop by and see Alex today.
That's good. How's he doing?
He's doing well. He lives right behind one of the retro game stores that I frequent.
Mm-hmm.
So every time we're in the area, we'll just pop by Alex's real quick. Usually use the bathroom, but better to use the bathroom at a friend's house than a gross nerd bathroom.
Yeah. Concur.
Conker's Bad Fur Day?
Mm-hmm. That too.
Game sucks. Paul Rubitaro loves that game. And he even streamed it once just to prove that it was a good game. And RPD and I were like, dude, you are definitely kidding yourself right now. There's even some choice clips of Paul, quote-unquote, enjoying Conker. At one point, I mean, he had to stream it forever, days and days and days and days, because it was just, I mean, he wasn't very good at it, first of all, but it's hard to be good at that game anyway. And he'd forget what he was doing or where he was, and so at some point Adam and I were like, all right, dude, we're sitting here with a walkthrough. we're getting you through this game. And Paul goes, no, it's fine. I'm gonna give up. It's fine. I'm just gonna move on to something different. We're like, God damn it, no, you've committed. And he did it. So I am fortunate enough to have a long weekend this weekend, and boy, did I need it. This week was so long.
Yeah.
I just, it was the first week of school, so that's...
Oh, wow, you started really late.
That's really early, man.
I was about to say... Sorry.
Most schools in New Hampshire start next week.
Yeah, schools in my area started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, my nieces started... I mean, they live somewhat near you. They're in Virginia. They started the same week that we were back for teacher training, teacher orientation stuff. And then Jacqueline's daughter started the day that I ended summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. That's early. So yeah, anyway. So yeah, we're back to school, and it's wearisome, especially on these weird short weeks. Meaning I don't even get to see all my students. That kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't kid myself. That really sucks. I just feel like I'm shortchanging people. And then, of course, I go up to the school that I haven't even taught at yet to pick up my paycheck yesterday. I'm like, this feels weird. All right, we're going to go down to a smaller brush here. All right. What do we got? This one. Perfect. These early C-27 models were rather odd. Like, he hadn't quite gotten... He certainly, I mean, you do art long enough, you get better at it, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, as evidenced by this show, obviously the minis that we were doing when we first started are markedly not as good as the ones we're doing now. But the level of dynamicism has changed dramatically for Jen. Like, I don't think he expected these to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly not the way that they did go. So the poses are a little odd. And dare I say unexciting, like... Quite genuinely, this is one of the first models I ever printed, and it's just been sitting on my shelf for a while. I saw her hanging out in the back this morning. I was like, you know what? It is time.
Do it.
Do it. Do it now.
Do it now. Where is my...
You know what my answer to this question is going to be.
What's that?
Spain.
Mm-hmm.
When something's missing, it's most likely in Spain. Oh,
No,
here's
not
a thing. So, Games Workshop, in their Infinite Whatever, have started reissuing like one-shot versions of classic models.
Okay.
And there's one that I've wanted for most of my career as a painter and dwarf player. It is Dwarf Queen Helgar.
Okay.
And they made it available today. And gosh darn it, if I hadn't been on Twitter, I probably wouldn't have bought it. And I probably would have been blissfully ignorant.
But you just happened to see it.
I happened to see this one person I follow, Jewel Knight Jess. She's a UK-based minis painter. And she was like, "Oh, I'm ordering Helgar today." I'm like, "God, yep, so am I." But including shipping, it came out to $25, which is...
That's not bad.
That's really not that bad for a GW model. Especially an archive GW model. So I'm really not upset about it. It was maybe one less retro game I could buy today. That's not that it stopped me from buying Banjo-Kazooie for $25, but, you know.
I don't think... I need a darker color.
Story of my life.
Yeah, I'm trying to, like... where is it? Grayseer is too light, but Mechanicus Standard Gray is too dark.
Oh, mix the two?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but I'm wondering if I have an army painter that is lighter than like Necromancer Cloak, which is very much like Mechanicus Standard Gray. Where are all... Dungeon Gray might work.
Oh, Dungeon Grey could do it.
So, yeah, I think that's a bit lighter than the Mechanicus standard, but not quite Gracier, which is exactly what I want.
Well, you know what we say to that? Oh, I can't hit the button from here.
Give it a shot.
Oh, I was going to go with learning and growing.
That too.
My hands are shaking really bad today.
Stop knocking things over.
That helps too.
There we go.
Isn't it great when a plan comes together?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of a plan coming together, we were having an interesting conversation today about re-release movies, so reboot movies or the like, that are better than the original.
Mm-hmm.
It is very rare, but definitely doable. Case in point, Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Like, I like the original Rat Pack Ocean's 11. I really do. But the George Clooney Brad Pitt one is 1,000 times better, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to come up with movies like that. Like, we were like, King Kong? Like, that's debatable.
Like the Peter Jackson one?
Yeah. Like, that's one at least worth having a conversation about, but I still think the original's better.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we like, that's how we spent dinner, just like trying to come up with movies that were, or reboots that were better than the original, and there's just not that many.
Yeah.
I think The Mummy, like going from
Brandon Fraser instead of Karloff.
Boris Karloff, yeah.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, just given that the original one from like the 30s is just a kind of different
It's a completely
monster,
different
no
movie.
pun intended.
Yeah. And then we were like, well, then, I mean, maybe there's some foreign films that do it. Like, but like even that got into the weeds. It was a very strange conversation. Interesting, though. It's funny how, as we paint these minis, like, especially, you know, named characters, I noticed it particularly on your Sabine Wren.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they, at various points in the painting process, they are a completely different character than what they eventually end up being. Like, Psylocke with white hair is a distinctly different character. I have no idea who it is. If it's probably not anybody like named, but it is. I'm looking at that, so I'm like, this is not Psylocke, and it won't be until I get that purple hair in there.
Mm-hmm.
Purple, specifically with streaks of blue. This is dumb. How bright idea was this?
Okay, that was tricky, but accomplished.
That is what I'm looking at too. That was some foolishness, but here we are. Let me fix that red.
Echo needs some of this gray.
That's something. Come on. Just a little dot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that'll do. More or less, anyway.
Oh.
Red.
Go. Who needs what colors now?
That's a perennial question we always ask ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
At least when batch painting.
Yeah, exactly.
I got all these Chaos Dwarfs just staring at me in the face, like, when are you going to finish us? Well, finishing you involves batch
Sometime.
painting. They're the ones I do, like, when I'm not on stream, just, like, when I'm chit-chatting with Adam and Mike, and just, like, we're not working on Valor, we're just shooting the breeze.
Mm-hmm.
Or when I'm, like, on stream here waiting for something to dry.
Yeah.
Like ink, specifically. Ink washes. I did Talon last time, and for GCC.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up painting a bunch of Chaos Dwarfs as I went, because just random bits and bobs that needed to finish. I do love the little splash of red in Psylocke's costume.
Mm-hmm.
It just contrasts
Like the
so cool.
belt thing
her
she
belt,
wears.
yeah.
Let's see, Hunter.
Knowing precious little about Bad Batch, some of the things you say as you're switching characters is like, okay. Hey, Remote Error, what's up?
Yeah, sorry. Like I said, I'm bouncing between all 6 characters, so
Yeah. But I love that you're referring to them by name. Like, that's quite helpful, actually.
yeah. Hunter is the leader.
Yes, that I knew.
And he had a super awesome, unique superpower that they completely forgot and didn't know what to do with.
Oh no.
Constantly.
Captain Marvel much? What was it?
So the whole point of the premise of like the Bad Batch is they're clones that had some sort of defect or something that set them apart, or like that wasn't part of the normal cloning process.
Okay.
Like
intentionally or
no, just from the normal like cloning thing. Now, a lot of the times you have like the hunchback guy, like from the Clone Wars like episodes.
I didn't watch Clone Wars, so.
Oh, never mind. And he's like he's not fit for duty or whatever. But occasionally, when they would find something with like a beneficial mutation or defect, they would find a way to enhance it.
Okay.
So like Wrecker is really, really strong. Like he's much larger. His muscles are a lot more dense, and so they like enhanced that ability in him. So he's incredibly strong to the point where like in their like pilot episode in Clone Wars, he like lifts a dropship off of Commander Cody to get him out.
Oh Jesus.
Crosshair, his like hand-eye coordination is like incredibly advanced, and so he's like an extreme marksman.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like the team sniper. Tech's ability to like sort through data. He's like a good encryptor and analyst. Hunter kind of has the ability to sense electromagnetic like signatures.
Oh, that's cool.
So he can like track things really well and sense when things are nearby, and they forget that he can do that like all the time in the show because like people sneak up on him all the time, or something requires finding something and he like can't do it, and it's like, wait a second.
Yeah, oh, that's weird.
They have to like build up dramatic tension, so like they forget that he can do this stuff. Yeah. That would make it like incredibly trivial.
Huh, that's cool.
Now, like, Echo joined the team because he, like, that was the backdoor pilot in Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Rex and Cody teamed up with the Bad Batch to go find Echo. Because Echo, like, died in the Clone Wars, spoiler warning.
That's fine. I'm never gonna watch it.
Like in, like, a season 2 or season 3 or so.
Yeah.
Like he had a big heroic death and all that other stuff, but then they like found a way to bring him back. And essentially, while he was a normal clone, he joined the team because the droids experimented on him and like gave him a way to interface with computers.
Huh.
So he's got like one of his arms has been replaced with like a scomp troller, like R2D2 has. So he can just like hack into computers just by himself.
That's crazy. I love that though.
And like they gave him like a like his like a Lobot like thing.
Yep.
so he like can like communicate with computers.
Yeah. Remote
So
Error
as
has a
the-
good point here in chat. Sounds like a Justice League Unlimited situation with Hunter. Make a reason for Superman to be out of the picture for an episode.
Yeah. But yeah, there's like one episode in particular where they're like on a boat trying to traverse a swamp that's been filled with like sea mines, and they have to like find and disable the sea mines. I'm like, it'd be really useful, someone who can like sense the electronic signatures of the sea mines floating in the water and be able to avoid them instead of having to like swim around and find them all and disarm them all.
Right? You know what else might be useful? Aquaman.
Yep. Aquaman's always useful, depending on when you're reading his stories.
My favorite Aquaman moment will always be in the New 52 when Superman, when they've Justice League Unlimited Superman, and Aquaman just bursts into the Hall of Justice and he's like, "Who's in charge here? Nobody? Great, you're all coming with me." It's like, oh, hi, Aquaman, what's up?
Yep.
Imagine being allowed to have your characters actually have their abilities be useful, says RPD. Right? Alright, so I think I'm going to go super dark with the base coat of her hair and then highlight it with both blue and purple. Because in April of some 90s year, it looks like, I used to be able to read comic covers. Why can't I do it anymore? She had blue highlights as well as purple. I think this is going to look pretty dope.
Your pose is making this hard, Hunter.
I was about to say the same thing to Psylocke. Yo, RPD, did you see that the FP Fest may be returning this year? For the launch of the J-Tro Saves Christmas novella. How does Aquaman disarm a 31st century bomb? Commands Plankton to eat away at the circuitry, mate. Neat.
Ow.
The one downfall to
I'm
painting
off
with
camera again, aren't I? Yeah, I'm holding this way too close.
Yeah. I'm busy, and also I'm not on Insta or Facebook, so I'm not in a place where FP stuff gets announced without you telling me. That's fair. I guess that's why I ask, right? Make sure you are up to date. But I said I might be printing and painting some holiday variant FP minis. Let's see if I can get those sculpted in the next couple of weeks before I have to shut the printer off for the winter. Really don't want to have to resort to the old 3D printing equivalent of PCB way. Not a sponsor. Yeah, I had plans for BLT and AK-47, but never came to fruition. I also needed to do Chitro.
Reference photo.
Always important. Nah, honestly, I haven't been particularly motivated to do FP minis right now. Like, I've been thinking about them. They like, the FP minis are literally on my desk all the time. Like, they do not leave. So I think about them all the time, but yeah, I just I don't know. Wasn't feeling it. That's the wrong brush.
That is not helpful at all.
That is the brush I need.
So not a good close-up of an actual painted mini? Not helpful at all. Oh well.
Time to resort to the power of conjecture.
Yeah.
Bonus points if it's wild conjecture.
Crosshair.
now it's starting to look like Psylocke. Oh boy. Alright, now the part that I hate.
Eye makeup.
Eye makeup. She doesn't wear much makeup though. Like, lipstick, but... What color are her eyes?
Purple.
Are they purple?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably. Would make the most sense. Yeah, they look purple. Huh. Alright, well that's easy enough then. Oh, there. Ugh. Well, that was a fail.
What happened?
Completely
trying to get
missed
the
the
purple?
target. I completely missed the target. Yeah, no. Good thing I have smaller brushes. Yeah, that'll work. Didn't expect it to. This is so hard.
What's up?
Eye makeup is such
Elias?
a nuisance. Yeah.
So I also kind of went against my convention with these minis. I usually, if given the option, always do the unmasked versions.
Oh yeah.
And these like the Bad Batch came with like their masked and unmasked, but I decided to do them all wearing their helmets.
That is different.
But like all of the other named clones, with the exception of Wolf, who did not come with an unmasked version, I've done unmasked, so you can kind of see their unique, unique as in they're all clones, but
right, their facial features. What happened? What's going on? Okay, is this better? Can't tell if I messed that up or not. I guess that's okay. Right.
what's up? What you looking at now? Still eyes?
No, at this point I've moved on to her sword. Which I think, like, her sword is just a sword.
Yeah.
But then the, like, psionic dagger thing that she's got here, that's the pink.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That makes it a lot easier. Meaning all I need is Lead Belcher. Although...
Lead Belcher doesn't do good for pink.
No, it really doesn't. But you know what does? I'm really tempted to go to do something off book here.
Okay.
I'm gonna try something. It's a good. This is why I have my Chaos Dwarfs banging around.
Did you get to test things out on them?
Yep. Well, I use like, so they come, the resin ones come on these like weird wedge bases, and those are great for testing, especially color shift paints. I'm actually gonna shake that a lot more. Oh, wait a minute, is this one better? No, it's red green. No. Oh, that's cool. What?
What's up?
This sort of red, yellow, pink color shift. I think I might want to use that on her sword. I'm worried it might be too aggressive, though. Ugh. Someone talk me out of it.
Don't use what?
Color shift.
On her normal sword or on her, like, psychic blade?
That's just the problem. I can't decide. I think it's her normal sword. But there's genuinely nothing special about it, right?
No.
So I really should just paint it silver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Boo. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, remote error. Thank you, Broody. I've gone off book far enough. By using the metallic blue. I do have a clever idea for the hilt of her sword, though. So that's cool.
What's that?
In this early artwork that I'm using as a reference image, it shows the wrap on the hilt of her sword as a green on black, which is pretty cool. Although, wait, am I looking at... No, Spiral's hand is up there. Okay. So I'm going to do a little bit of just spot. I'm painting the whole hilt situation black. Hilt and pommel. And then I'm going to do a little spot of green when I touch it, when I go back to the highlighting. It's like an olive, like a couple steps brighter from olive green. And I quite like that. I think that was just color restriction in the time period of this comic, but I just like the way it looks. So I remain particularly happy with how Gambit came out a couple weeks ago. That mini it just pops. I'm very happy with it.
It was a very good sculpt.
It is. From AMG. Yeah, they did a nice job. I've seen better, but genuinely, nothing to complain about. Sculpt is great. Go that. Sloppy coat here. If I had known about clear resin at the time that I printed this, I would have done this differently. But
Psylocke?
yeah.
Would you have done her like entirely in
Well,
clear
yeah.
resin?
Yes, and then just taped it, like do a mask tape or mask prime. So like her glowy fist here would be different. Try for a minute. Well, I put some more of this down, even though I didn't want to.
What is this?
The blue, the metallic. I just missed a bit. So I can figure out where I missed it, though. Inside of one, there it is. There we go, that's good. Alright. Which leaves just one more piece. That is this one. Do you want a new stupid character to request for the Minimaker Patreons? Yes! Yes, I do! I always want... Pepsi. Oh my god, yes, I should definitely do Pepsi Man. Front row.
Bless you.
Thank you. I want to see Pepsi. It would be Coke guy. I do wish that like he would keep track of who suggested the minis for the Patreon and like give them first dibs or something on naming, because it kind of like there's a couple that I've suggested that have gotten in that I'm now like, oh well, that was a stupid name and I don't like it. Okay, I don't hate that for her hand. Come on, focus. Dumb camera. There you go. I don't hate that. It's okay. But I do think I need to... The 7-Up son of the 7-Up son. Okay, Iron Maiden. Actually, there's a couple places I can shore up to rank this. All right. Oh, you know what?
Oh, good lord.
I don't like those noises.
No, it's just trying to paint Wrecker and Omega are on the same base.
Oh, okay.
And so having to get around one to get to the other.
Yeah. RPD, playing with madness, man. We all have a tendency to play with madness around here. Why is that upside down? That was stupid of me. Okay. Inking time? Probably. Almost assuredly, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. Starting with her skin. And then we'll hit the rest with melon oil.
But I haven't painted that yet.
And for those wondering, or yelling at their screen, Zach, that's too dark for her skin tone. Yes, I'm aware of that. We will be lightening back up next time.
Goodness, it's almost midnight.
Sure is. This one went by fast, man.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't really accomplish a lot.
I mean, that's batch painting for you. It's like you feel like you don't accomplish a lot, and then you all of a sudden, oh wait, I just finished.
We're all done. Yeah.
And like I know that's going to be the case with the Chaos Dwarfs, and I should really just bite the bullet and do them. Especially with Queen Helgar coming in, like I'm going to want to do that one on stream. Painting dwarfs is so mindless for me at this point, though. It's like I've done it so many hundreds of times. They're just completely not motivating. All right. It is officially Melon Oil time.
The best time.
The best time. Oh, whoops. That goes over here. Yes. I'll be more inclined to say the tomes and the costume's too light. Yeah. So the reason for that is this. Genuinely. Like, I wanted to have a little bit of shine on the costume because it always appears slightly shiny. But I think I'm really banking on Nolan Oil here. Yeah, that should be fine. And I can darken it up a little bit in post. Post-processing. Yes, Marvel vs. Capcom. A lot of things use really dark blue, but if I'm looking at the colors, like this issue that I'm using as a reference it is basically the same shade here, but it is very heavily like low lighted. There's a lot of black. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish with the Melon Oil. It may not work exactly right. I may have to go back and properly like apply black, but I'm giving it a shot. I think it's working okay. I might just need multiple coats of Melon Oil. I'm fine with that too. Yep, it's true. We can. And we will, RPD. And we will.
Eyes.
What's wrong?
I'm doing eyes.
Oh. Gross. But we're done with that for the night.
I guess I should say the benefit of doing all of them in masks is I don't have to do all their eyes.
True.
But Omega does not have that luxury.
Right.
That was terrible. Okay, Omega, let's try this one again.
All right, let's get a smaller brush to finish this up. We'll see how she dries, but I think it's pretty much where I want her to be right now. Oh, wait a minute. That's too bad.
What's up?
I missed a bit. I'm trying to fix it with something that I shouldn't be, but it's fine. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, this one came out kind of weird. But I don't hate it. It just needs a little work. Which is fine. I'll let this ink dry. We'll see where that takes us. I gotta find something interesting to do with her base, though, because right now it's really boring. It's just a standard AMG base. And I really don't know what I want to do with it. Like, there's gotta be something cool. So that probably means I just need to read some Psylocke stories in the next week. Which I can do. Okay, I blatantly disregarded both of you, and I used the color shift.
Okay.
But over silver, so it's not egregious. It just adds a little bit of a cool shine to the sword. I actually really like it. It's like a cool pink shine. Subtle. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. I am gonna... What the heck? What's that? I may have to do some off-camera work on her eyes because I'm not happy with them. We'll see what happens.
Okay, this did not come across very well in the character art, and I am upset by that.
Go on.
So Omega is in like this smock tunic, of which, like, character art from the show, like the center is like all white, then there's like a red part, and then like the sides and the sleeves are like this blackish blue, like dark color.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to like here where it's like the glare is making it look bad. It's like bright blue, like the entire thing.
Yeah. Huh. That's weird.
So I gave her like this really bright blue thing that does not look at all like the character smock from the original thing. So I may have to make adjustments.
Well, isn't that always the way?
Mm-hmm. That's actually the Mandalorian, not the Bad Batch.
Hardy har. I mean, after all, it's all one universe, right?
Yeah.
They're out there somewhere. think I got her eyes in a place where I'm okay with them. And I think a little highlight on her face is going to make a little bit of difference on that too. So, with that... Oh, jeez. Ooh, ninja
Party foul.
reflexes. Nope, it was my wet palette, and it's fine. I caught it before it spilled. I like 2 drops on my lap. I'm okay. Whew. Yep, we're okay. Everything's fine. We're all fine here. With that, not horrible disappointment, it is time to end. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. I will be back presumably Monday. I apologize for not streaming yesterday. I just was exhausted. I think we're going to do a bonus episode of Axiom Verge 2. Try and finish up the collectathon stuff before we get on into Carrion, which is going to be the next big thing on the show. So in the meantime, Broody, it's wonderful having you back, my dude.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you again for doing this. And thank you all for tuning in. This is a bit of a weird show, and we're very excited that some of you enjoy it. So thank you for coming. Have a great couple of days. Be safe, be well, and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye.
See ya.